I said this is very important. And me mean it, my youth.
I understand.
And I started me need my soulmate to come watch me play. My youth, they give me some type of energy, some type of life, me rejuvenate. We probably can go out there and score 70. I don't know. I don't know what it holds, but I know magic will happen wherever I'm at. Me, the Young Jamaican Trainer. Welcome back to the Strength No Weakness podcast. On the left of me, I got my amazing co-host, Sir Coach Gustus, the original gentleman. Welcome to the thing.
What's up, man? How you doing, son? Woo. Yes, get it. Hey, man, it's good to see you again, as always, man. When you're a ball of energy, man.
You know,
I love it, man. I love it.
I store my energy in a ball.
Right.
And I broke it. I slammed the ball. You understand?
And that's
and the energy came up and it just transferred inside my body.
Oh man, that's so nice, man.
Can never leave again.
How you doing, man? How's everything
Hey,
going?
Coach, I'm doing excellent. You know, I'm excited. I'm thrilled. We have an amazing episode ahead of us.
Yes.
And you know, like we always do, we knock them straight out of the park. But without further ado, I always have to start off the episode like this. Sorry, you know, I have the gum in my mouth, you know.
This is what you call reality.
The new media.
New media got gum in your mouth, choke, and everything.
I can't put my you know. Like,
last
you don't want to bring that up.
Last week, you had to stop you from doing that.
So, check the description under the video for the links to the Apple Podcast, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. As always. Hey, Coach.
Yeah, what's up?
You know, we got to start off with our good news segment. It's only right that we show love and support to the people who are out there doing great and amazing positive things.
I love this part. This is one part of this show I really like because I love to hear good news. We don't hear enough. When we go to the regular news, it's always something negative.
My God, it's always breaking news.
Whole bunch of gossip, whole lot of stuff. Oh my goodness, I got some gossip I could tell you, but I'm not even gonna bring that on here because we ain't about that.
Exactly.
We're about lifting people up, you know? So, yeah, so what's up with this?
So, with this good news, it's a little twist to it.
What is it?
It's usually us reading it today.
What? We gonna get?
It's usually us reading the good news segment.
So who's gonna read it?
But today, my friend Sir Gene, one of our producers, will be making a voice. A voice.
They're gonna actually hear the man's voice. We talk about them all the time, so let them hear it. Let's go.
What's up, y'all? What's up?
All right.
So, for the good news segment, the first article, humble leaders inspire greater cooperation among teachers and workers of all kinds. All right. Leaders of teacher groups who were thought of as humble helped improve professionalism and collaboration among team members. I mean, is it that funny, guys? Y'all, I mean, you know, my radio voice. You know what I'm saying?
No. You're doing amazing.
Okay.
We're just
looking at this.
We're just looking at the screen.
This article.
We're just thrilled that you're making a voice appearance today.
Oh, I got you. Okay. Yep. Okay.
And the audience.
So yeah, I'm gonna start again. All right. Leaders of teacher groups who were thought of as humble helped improve professionalism and collaboration among team members, new research has shown. In the study done in China, groups of teachers were more willing to share their knowledge and expertise when they rated the leader of their meeting group as being higher in humility. When people feel their leader admits mistakes and is open to learning from others, everyone contributes more and makes these groups more effective. In the U.S. and elsewhere, professional learning communities are designed to facilitate the sharing between teachers of their best practices and experiences in the classroom. The study determined that humble leaders were so effective in helping their teachers share their knowledge because of the sense of psychological safety their humility provided. In the same way, the results should be applicable outside of education. Many of the same principles that make successful organizations cut across cultures and fields. It makes sense that humble leaders will build trust and better relationships that will increase the effectiveness of any groups that have to work together, Goddard said. So what do you guys think that speaks of leadership and humble leadership, especially you, Coach, being a coach and all that?
Oh, well, thank you. To recognize, you see my partner going to sleep.
Yeah, no, it was a long article, guys. It was long.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
We're back.
But you know what? It's interesting that leaders definitely have to be humble, and they also have to be understanding the people that they're leading.
Which is true, and I understand, and I definitely agree with you. The leaders are very humble.
Yeah.
And meaning humble, meaning like they're well respected, they believe in what they say, and they are not, too, how would I put it, like overhead. Like they don't get, they don't act out in a certain way. You understand? They are humble. They understand their blessings. They understand what, their passion is, and they lead. And that's why leaders are really important in this world. Because if we didn't have leaders, people would be doing the most craziest things. And that's why those people who are humble are labeled as leaders. Mm-hmm. And us followers, us people who are trying to get into the right way or follow the right path, we follow those people who are leaders. And it's just important, and it's just a common thing that we have, and we definitely need more leaders out there. So I'm glad to hear this story.
Leaders also take a position. So I'm taking a position right now. Like, see this article here, right? Now, you, of course, you was fooling around, but what you did is understand your generation.
Right.
And I think as leaders, sometimes we, even in the educational system, we continue to try to teach the way we learn, not realizing that the person in front of us learned totally different.
Right.
So within 60 seconds of us reading this, you were gone. I'm still listening, but you were gone.
Right.
Because you're a 60-second baby. You got 60 seconds on Instagram, you got 60 seconds on this, you got everything is short, straight to the point. When we come from a reading type community, and this is the challenge schools have when it comes to educating. You gotta have the ability to change. You gotta be willing to change so that you can meet the people that you're trying to educate where they're at.
Right.
So technically, in all due respect, you showed what probably a lot of your audience is watching this will probably also be actually doing. Going to sleep after 60 seconds. And no, this is real, because I keep telling educators, even coaches now, when I coach a team, there's an amount of time that you got to put in each segment, because otherwise your attention span moves off to something else. So do we try to lengthen your attention span, or do we work with you where you're at and gradually lengthen it?
I'm glad
you understand where I'm coming from?
I'm glad my joke of me going to sleep was an example for you to make, because it is so important, and it is so true that our generation tend to have a short span.
Right, attention
span. Short attention span.
Yeah.
Perfect way to put it. So I'm glad that you were able to make that example for everybody to see. But the joke was falling asleep because Sir Gene.
No, but even that.
Right.
The thing about it is, I think as humbling yourself as a leader.
Right.
You're trying to get results.
Right.
And if results are, look, after you checked out, so it takes you into another behavior. Mm-hmm. So if I'm a teacher, I might have seen your behavior. Because let's say if you was in the classroom and a teacher was reading this for a long span of time, And then after 60 seconds of it, you checked out. So you start doing like this. Now, everybody in the classroom may even laugh or whatever, but what the teachers got to recognize is what made that student check out, even to start having fun with this situation.
Right.
And I've learned, because I've taught for all these years and coach, the best teachers, the master teachers are the ones, the master leaders are the ones that learn to make adjustments. So if I'm an older person, say, yo, you're going to learn this the way I got to learn. No, I have to know your learning style, your fellowship style. Because you're a follower, I have to kind of follow to that. So when I had you for 21 days,
Right.
and we was breaking habits, you know how that went, right? That's an hour a day. Mm-hmm. And I had to learn your style because sometimes you would get it right away.
Right.
And I said, okay, you know what? I don't have to be long-winded in my conversation. You say, I got it. And sometimes you say, Coach, I got it.
Right.
And then you get it because that's the way you think. Every kid doesn't think that way.
Right.
And so I think humbling yourself is to recognize that as an educator, if you gave a test to a whole classroom and there's 30 kids in there and 28 of them failed, and then you go into the library, into the cafeteria and say, these kids are dumb. They don't understand. Well, teacher, 28 didn't get it. So is it the students or is it you?
Right.
Because I used to say, I'm going to check mine. I'm going to humble myself and say, you know what, guys? I'm giving you another test. And perhaps I am not getting across to you. It ain't always the students that's not getting it because maybe this is my style, way I do it, and so forth. That's what makes great leaders. You understand?
Right.
And even at my age, I can go into a gym or any place and communicate with young people because I understand the 60-second rule and making that happen. So the article was bringing out some good points, but after 60 seconds, you may have missed the good points. Maybe after 3 minutes or 4 minutes, or I'm trained to listen to this article to the end, where you like, okay, I get it. It doesn't make you a bad person or anything, but sometimes teachers are very impatient, and then they automatically label you as a troubled child.
Right.
Make sense?
Right. Yeah.
So I'm saying to all educators and people that are out there, you are a leader in the classroom, but you got to up your skills. You cannot walk into the classroom not ready to teach. Your game got to be on point. Every morning when I taught, I was fired up. You see how I come into a session, right? That's how I did every teaching day, every practice, because you deserve that. So I didn't walk in there, I'm tired. No, it's game time. Son, this morning is game time. I got to be ready to teach you. And I got to bring the enthusiasm, I got to bring the energy, I got to bring everything it takes so that you can get it, because I don't want to miss one of my students at all.
Right.
You feeling me on that? So basically, article had a great thing. I'm saying this because if we have an audience, we want to let them know that we recognize that what you were doing was having fun, but still even having fun is saying, I'm a 60-second generation, ain't nothing wrong with you.
Right.
Because that's the future. Your past is the past. We read all this long stuff. Right. It ain't happen like that. That's how the people function now.
True.
So that's my take on it.
I'm glad you brought it up, though.
Okay, I'm glad we could get that. And since I didn't get nothing from the thing up there,
yeah, you're doing excellent.
I did a good job. All right, let's go.
Okay, so we got the next article, which is much shorter.
Oh,
it's much shorter. So here we go. It's titled, "A Man is Reunited with a Sentimental Ring from Mom After Losing It Picking Berries 50 Years Ago." So I'm going to ask you guys a question after we read the article, but it's much shorter. The ring was gifted by his late mother for his 21st birthday, but slipped off his finger as he picked strawberries in 1968. Retired train engineer Dave Radley spent several hours trying to locate the ring among the rows of bushes. He was picking strawberries in the field behind a friend's father's house to sell that morning when he suddenly realized that the ring was no longer on his finger. He had received the 9-carat gold ring as a present just weeks before, but the fit wasn't quite right. In a stroke of luck, last month, a metal detectorist who received a tip from the landowner about the lost ring made the discovery. 54 years after the ring ran off, Dave got a call from his friend's brother, Peter, who still owns the land. A metal detectorist working for Peter asked if he could detect in the very same field where the item had been lost, to which Peter agreed and informed him about the missing ring. It was found 7 inches deep in the ground with only slight scratches ready to be polished out, and Dave went to collect it from the Leicestershire later that week. That's a town, I guess, in like either UK or something like that. The ring might not have changed, but its owner has, so it's a fairly tight fit. I've had to have it changed slightly as I can just about get it on. But none of that matters because I'm so grateful to have it back. My family wasn't too well off in those days, and I spent hours searching for it on the roads we had been. My mother wasn't upset with me, just more upset because of how distraught I was. When I got the call from Peter, I couldn't quite believe it. The joy I felt in that moment is indescribable. Raleigh said that a jeweler near to his home priced it at $700, which he said demonstrated just how much his mom had gone out of her way to surprise him. So have you guys ever lost something that was really valuable to you?
Have you ever lost something?
I definitely did.
Uh-huh.
You want to share that with us?
I have lost a chain.
Really?
It's value to me. Never found it. Sad.
What did it make you feel like?
It make you feel devastated. You know, it make you feel like, man, something that held value to you. It's no longer in your possession. So, what about you, Coach?
If you look at my hands, you notice I don't have any rings on. And including my wedding band. Because it was lost, not by me, but by my wife. Because I had let her hold it, and she lost it, and I never got another one. But unfortunately, me, be honest with you, I'm not much on a lot of things, you know. I mean, I lost my mother, and that's my treasure.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not really things, you know. I don't really get caught up in it. If I lost it, I lost it. I probably don't even think about it anymore. I don't even think about the ring anymore because I love my wife. I've even taken the ring ceremoniously. It didn't have anything to do. I've seen people with many rings and they're not married to their wife anymore. Yeah. So, you know, I've been married for 42 years happily and joyfully. So,
shout out to Miss Karen.
I don't really, thanks. So I don't really, things I'm not, you know, I could see this here happen, you know, and I understand there's something that you probably cherish.
I'm excited. I was waiting for the story. I read this, you know, I kind of took a glance at the title, but my part what I was waiting for is his reaction when he got the ring back.
Yeah.
You know, I wanted to see what was his reaction, what type of mood swings he was going through.
Well, he said that he was it was indescribable. It was joyful.
Right.
Yeah.
He did describe, like, he kind of broke into a little details of how he felt when he heard the ring was found. And that's what I was looking for. I wanted to see what his reaction was when he had, you know, got what he lost, 54 years ago? And what I was thinking about is, you know, some people lose things that can never be found or can never come up again. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's just different, you know? It's different. People lose loved ones.
It is. I mean, it's, you know, it's like anything else. What if I say to you, your God is nothing? What if I say, your God is nothing?
I find that disrespectful.
I know that. See? But what it really means, God is no thing.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing, no thing. So he's everything.
It's everything.
So that means if you found that and you in touch with that, all these other things really,
'Cause
to
my
me,
God is awesome.
but I understand it from especially a younger person, especially. He noticed in the story, it says that he was concerned because you lost something that somebody gave to you and
Right.
so forth. And then he was like, yo, what they gonna think about it?
Right, yeah, that is
You
true.
know, so, and that's how I felt about my ring when I lost it. More so when my wife lost it, but more so what did she think? The thing about it, I probably would have bought a new one had she not lost it.
But if you lost it, you would have been responsible enough to buy yourself a new one.
I would have, be responsible because I knew what it meant to her.
Right.
More
But
than
since that person lost it.
since you lost it, whenever you want to go and buy it, because she already knew what it did not mean to me. It's like, yo, I mean, a ring is a ring, you know, it's like anything else. Only thing you see me on is with this, right?
And that's the energy.
There it goes. I mean, and even that, if I lost it tomorrow, I ain't bugging out over it, man.
get a new
Trust me. Nah, just get me a new one, man, or whatever.
Well, let me ask you this, Demarjay.
Yes, sir.
So it's not a thing per se, but you said that recently you went to the you had like a pretty big game, a tournament.
Yeah.
That you lost.
Uh-huh.
And what was that like for you?
Oh, man. That's probably been the most devastating thing I've been through in a while. And you may be like, devastating? What do you mean devastating? Devastating, you know, is usually tragic. Something happened.
Yeah, with
you
some
know,
kind of tragedy.
right, in that type of fashion. Well, I love the game of basketball. I risked going out on an injury to play because I just couldn't let my team down. And it wasn't more so like, you know, it was definitely a team effort. We went out there and performed, but you know, it's a team goal, but an individual dream. You know what I'm saying? And it meant the world to me, especially that tournament, because last year I was rigged from that tournament. Same situation happened. We were in the semifinals. We needed one game to move on to the championship, and we lost. And we would have been on the big spotlight, and I know I would have performed and did what I had to give and gave what I had to give, you know, to move on. And the same thing happened this year. We're the number 2 seed, I believe, and we had faced a good team, but we was throwing punches the whole game, and then late fourth quarter, lead slipped out our hands. So, you know, it meant a lot to me, you know, and I was kind of hard, you know, I was just, you know, my mind was not over it, you know.
How long did that last?
It lasted a while because my brother always mentions it to me. I'm always randomly saying, man, I wish I won that tournament. That tournament meant a lot to me. I wish I had like some type of opportunity when we spoke about, you know, one of the would you rather questions. Would you rather go back in time, fix some things, or see the future? I would definitely go back in time and go fix that late fourth quarter, come out with more energy.
So, yeah. All right. Well,
So, yeah.
So you know what the thing about it is, this is where wisdom meets knowledge. Wisdom says that 10 years from now, 10 years from now, you know how many games?
That is true. You know how many. That's why I think about that situation. I say, you know how many. I got a long future. You know how many situations I'm gonna encounter once again of me having to face another team to move on to the championship game, or I'm in the championship game and I have to win, or this, that, or one game. It's so many things that's gonna happen, but I'm gonna be ready for it. But I always tell myself that next year, I'm gonna get that tournament.
Yeah.
I'm definitely gonna take. This is 2 years in a row, Coach. You don't understand the stress.
And that's what's great
the dog
about-
is coming out because when next year comes around,
That's what's great about athletes like you, because athletes understand that you lose
hungry for
today,
that.
but that don't mean you're gonna lose
Nah,
tomorrow.
I'm
Let me
always gonna
ask
get
you a
another
question.
opportunity.
Let me ask you a question. Which one motivates you the most?
Ooh.
Listen to the question. Which one motivates you the most? Hate losing versus love winning?
Which one motivates me the most?
Yeah. That you could say, I hate losing. Or you could say, I love winning. Which one motivates you the most? Really, just
it's no trick question. But I'm gonna tell you mine. Okay?
don't try to answer it the way I would answer it.
No.
We're
I'm
lesson here. We're in front of people, so
I'm giving you the real.
Go ahead.
It's both. And the reason I'm gonna break it down because it's both.
I want to either or. I'm doing like the producer.
You want
Give
to
me
either
an
or? Okay.
Give me an either or because you are motivated by one over the other. You ever hear people say, I hate losing?
I love winning. That's what motivates me.
Okay.
I love to be in a position where I'm always winning, where I'm always ahead. You understand? And some people would think I'm gonna pick I hate losing, which is true. Everybody hates losing in life. We hate going through something like that, of losing. I hate losing. You understand? But I love winning. So
I hate when losing.
I love winning. You know why? I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
You wanna know why?
You sound like Ralph Cramden now. You don't know who he is. Oh, that's it, old school.
So look, I love winning. It's just the feeling is different. Every athlete or everybody who's going through something and wants to achieve a win. Hall of Fame, you already know what it is. When you down bad, do anything for a win. I love winning. Winning is in my DNA. So you have to overcome losing. You have to try to stop losing to win. You understand? So if I'm in this situation again, I love winning. Winning is in my mind. Winning is the focus. In order to win, in order to move on.
Right. So let me just say this here to you.
Oh, here we go, guys.
Okay.
Well, it's coming. I know it's
yeah.
coming. I'm just waiting
See,
for it.
because remember, what you call attention to, you draw attention to.
Exactly.
Right?
Mm.
So what you're saying, which I'm in agreement with you in terms of what motivates me. If I say I hate, then you're drawing attention to hate. If I say I love, I'm drawing attention to love.
See, I'm always in the right spot. Like I love winning. You gotta put it in the atmosphere.
So the love,
wins will come.
Right. So if you put hate in the atmosphere, you put it in. And trust me, you will literally, because you hate winning, losing, you will literally cheat to the fullest to win because you hate it.
And it's so true. And you know how true that is because there's people that I know who play basketball who say I hate losing. Like they cry when they lose, right? And I understand that feeling of losing is not good. Especially when it's a big thing, losing. But with me, I handle my L properly. If I take an L, coach, if I lose, and a lot of people cry, they hate losing. It's something.
Right.
Me, I won't show it outside, but I'm gonna tell you this: it's definitely eating me inside. Right. It's definitely tearing me apart because no one likes to lose.
Yeah, but again, it's tearing you apart because you didn't get the opportunity to experience the love of winning.
Exactly.
So you love winning, so you want to experience that over and over. Once you look at LeBron and them, he says, how come you keep going back? You in the champ? Because he loves winning. And the process of loving winning is more important than me hating losing because you're going to lose in a lot of things.
Exactly.
So to love that feeling, even when you get hot on the court and you made a shot, you love putting the ball in the hoop.
Right.
I love that feeling. That feeling is the feeling that I want to get all the time.
Right.
So what the words that you use, your choices of words, will motivate you. But just understand, one, hate, it motivates you to do anything to get to that point. Even if you lost and you go around telling everybody I won, even though you know you lost. Sound like somebody I know.
Who's that?
Well, what president lost the presidential race and now he goes around and he tell everybody he won?
Oh, we know who that is. But like you said, your choice of words is super important.
It's super important.
So like I said, if you put hate out there, it's in the atmosphere.
It's gonna put it in there, right?
If you put love winning,
right,
Oh, trust me.
I love
Those
that. I
opportunities
love
of
that
winning
feeling.
will come by, and you're gonna love it. You're gonna enjoy winning.
And you keep going at it all
gonna-
the single time. Some people hate losing so much that they stop trying.
They just give up.
But when you love the feel of winning, oh my God.
Coach, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me. I'm gonna get in that mode over that game.
Yeah,
Don't do that,
there
Coach.
you
It's gonna
go.
take me back right there. I don't. Oh man.
But as
don't
a coach,
worry.
I used to always ask the guys
I got
that
next year.
same question.
I got next year.
And they used to say, Coach, well, you don't, because when we used to lose games and they seen how I responded,
Right.
basically they didn't see a person that just could not shake the other team hand,
Right.
could not do it because I so much hate. So you take that hate and you put it towards it. I love competing. I love winning. I love that whole process. That's why I do it now.
I know you still.
Yeah, no, I love doing that because that brings the best out of me.
Which is true.
You know?
So we both have valid points.
Yeah, and I love you.
Coach, you know I love you.
Yeah, all the time. You know, that big shout out, man, was amazing, man.
Of course, I love that.
Oh yeah, I know that too.
So another question for Demarjay.
Oh man, he's throwing the questions at me
he
today.
like his voice.
Go ahead.
Just along the same lines here. When you do lose, when you have lost, what's the thing that that comes first into your mind, right? Is it this is what we did that was wrong, or is it this is what I did that was wrong?
I'm always taking accountability for myself. You know? One thing, I'm gonna answer your question. I always say, what did I do that made us lose? And one thing my team gets on me about is always putting the blame on myself. But I tell them as a leader, I must put the blame on myself because I didn't lead you guys to win. I didn't set us up for success. So as the leader, I always put it on myself. I always tell myself, man, I feel like if I came out with a little more energy on defense. They call me the heart of the team. I come out with energy all the time because I know that with my energy, it sparks in the other players on my team. And it allows them to build up some type of confidence. And we're an unstoppable team. But I know it always starts with me. And I have to make sure that every game I do that. You understand? So as a leader, I take accountability for my actions. Anytime we lose, I'm always saying, fellas, it's on me. And the first thing that comes up to my mind is not what I could have done, right? The first thing, to be honest, is back to the drawing board. First thing that comes up to my mind, being honest, is I have to get back in the lab. I have to work on something. And then there comes in, which plays an important role with that. What I just said is, what did I not do to make us take this W?
So that sounds very impressive.
Right.
And we always in the level of growth, right?
Of course.
So he asked you about I, we, and he missed one, which is they.
Mm-hmm.
So I, we, and they. I, like they said, there's no I in team.
Mm-hmm.
So if you're a boxer and you put your hand up, the box off it, that's an I problem.
Right.
If you're a tennis player, one-on-one, and you didn't move or whatever, that's an I problem. The level of leadership comes when you say we.
Which is true.
Because listen to what I'm just saying now, because when you say we, and never if you say they. So you will have someone, let's say, because what happens is, let's say you went out there and you did everything that you could do to help the team win, and y'all still lose. Then what happens is, I did everything I could do. They couldn't do this, they didn't do this, they didn't do this. Now when you say we, the we becomes is inclusive of you.
Right.
So you like, if you're talking to your team and you say, look, guys, we just got to get back into the gym, man. We got to bust our butt in the gym. We got to do, now you're talking about yourself, but in a team setting, you could be the best player on that team,
Right.
do everything that you possibly could do within your skills, talent, and ability, but your team.
Which I definitely agree with. You know, and I knew you was coming with something. And I knew you was going to come with I in team. They's pointing fingers.
Yeah.
We's including myself. I'm inclusive in the win or the loss.
Right.
Well, now, this is where I'm telling you, I know it's different. I never put an I in team because it's a team effort to carry out with success, right? Like Chip.
Yeah.
Changed habits, improves performance.
Right.
Okay? But as a leader on the team, as somebody who they look up to, or anybody who plays a leader role on their team, you are you're held accountable.
Right.
You understand? You're in charge of the win. You're in charge of the loss. Not saying you're the man who's going out there doing everything to win or you lost. But I'm saying what I mean by leader is you have some type of, how do I put it, like courage of taking the flaws and putting it on your tab.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? I understand your point of view where you come in. What if I went out there and I did everything that I could have done?
Within your skills, talent, and ability.
Within my skills, my talent. But
You did a triple-double.
say I put up 50 points
And that's what I'm getting ready to say. You did 50 points.
and we still didn't win.
So here's the point. The point is, when you look
But
at
I like what you did
when
there,
you look
'cause I knew
at
you was
that
coming with
man,
something.
you look at that man in the mirror. That is a great opportunity to talk about I, because now you're talking to the man in the mirror. I'm looking to change my way, right? However, when you're talking to your team, the key is when you say we, then the next part of your I comes when practice starts, workout starts, and this starts and stuff like that there. What are we doing?
Right.
So then now you are inclusive, and now you go to the mirror and say, you know what? I'm working us to death. I want to make sure that we do this to death. That's you talking to you.
Right.
But when you get with your team, it's a we thing. And then when they see you in the practice, instead of you playing around and joking around, you really, let's remember, we missed the opportunity to get the love of winning. That's because we did not do the things that we not to do. And then you should also ask each one of them to take a look at themselves in the mirror, because that's what I am doing, so I can make that change
Right.
in the behaviors and the habits and all the other things that we have.
I love that. I love it. But I got a question for you. What do you think I tell myself when I look in the mirror?
I already know what you tell yourself. You ain't saying, well, we got to do this. You're saying,
And then I go like
Right.
this. Mama,
there go that man.
there goes that man.
There go that mama, there go that man, right? Yeah,
There goes that man.
You're doing self-talk there, right?
Self-talk.
There you go, yeah.
I know how talented I am. So why not motivate myself even more?
Which is cool.
Once
I
my
have no
confidence
problem
is
with
out
that.
the roof,
I have no problem with that.
of course.
Because the same thing that make you laugh can make you cry.
Right.
So if you same thing, after we win a game, and you go to them and say, you know what? I made us win the game. It wasn't for me, we wouldn't have won that game. So that now we lost, you saying I. You saying Lou, we win, we saying I. You're not really saying what we did. So
Hall of Fame. You already know what it is. When you down bad, do anything for a win.
So it's so great. This is what we do all the time in the 21 minutes. You know how we do that, man.
Oh.
Now, who messed that up?
You.
See?
You don't
there
do
you
the
go.
work.
We did, because we're doing it together. All right.
1, 2.
Oh, my bad. Come on. Oh, okay, good. There you go. All right, let's go. Move on.
¿Qué te pasa? ¿Qué lo que, my
Oh,
friend?
come on.
¿Qué lo que? ¿Qué te pasa?
¿Cómo está?
Buenos días.
Okay, good. Let's
Hey,
go.
guys.
That's where as far as I could go right now. Excuse me, Mom.
We moved into our
Angie.
we moved into our ¿Qué lo que segment. You know, I'm part Dominican, Puerto Rican. So now I'm just gonna give you a few of my favorite things about my culture. Definitely the food, mango de golpe. We got our, how do you say pork in Spanish again?
Pork.
No.
Chicharrón.
It's, producer, can you come in clutch? Oh no, I got it. Pernil. We got our pernil. We got different nice. You know what I'm saying? I'll be chilling con dulce, my friend. Yeah. This is Papi Shampoo right here. And then I love the music. Let me give you one of my favorite songs. You ready?
Go ahead.
Yo me quiero. No.
Come on, because you know your auntie.
Yo me quedo, ay mami, yo me quedo. Dame uno con deseo. Yo me quedo, ay more, yo me quedo. Si se.
Okay, that sounds good. What are you saying?
Don't know.
Okay,
I
but
just
you
know it's
heard
my
it.
favorite. But I know it's supposed to include some type of love thing in it. Which brings us to our next topic.
Okay. But
In my bag, oh, I'm deep in my bag, and I need some help.
Okay. All right,
So,
here
my
we go.
youth, we have in my bag segment. You ready? I'm just gonna go straight into it.
Go.
This is the first one.
Go ahead.
Coach. Now this is a special request, right? Can I get the producer's voice to tell us what this is?
Most definitely, this is the In My Bag segment. We have the first question here. It's real smooth for y'all, real smooth. How important is it for an athlete's partner to support what they do?
Special request from
Demarjay.
Thank you, sir. How important is it for an athlete's partner to support what they do? I feel like it's 100%. That's 100% important. But here's what people think I'm gonna do, and I know what you're ready for, cause you're ready to listen.
Yeah, go ahead. I'm in my
and come with a
mode.
rebuttal, right? But it's okay because I'm ready for whatever you throw at me.
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So listen, I feel like it's 100% important. Now it works both ways, right? Because say I'm gonna use myself as an example.
Really?
Now do not come with anything, please.
Okay, I got it.
Let's keep this cool.
Keep your business out of it.
Let's keep my business, our personal business out of our example.
But then you're coming with yourself.
So let's not use myself anymore. We're gonna use an example.
All right, go ahead, man.
Okay.
Just go ahead.
Say we have a person who plays basketball.
Okay.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah. I think I know that guy.
Who loves basketball, but has some type of relationship going on with a girl.
What's her name? Spalding?
No. Spalding.
Wilson?
Wilson. And The
NBA?
Rock.
All right. Go ahead.
So she supports him, right? No, let's not use the basketball because we have somebody who needs to come support. Okay. So she comes, supports the game. She watches. She rebounds for him when he's in the gym. She does all those things.
Right.
But vice versa, he does the same. He supports her in whatever she does, whether it's business-wise, he helps her, I guess, plan or come up with a project or something like that for an internship, or she's doing.
You got a relationship. You're helping her out.
It works both ways,
Okay.
meaning like both partners are there physically and mentally there to support each other. So I feel like it's very important. Now come with the magic. I'm waiting for it.
No, I actually think you kind of knocked that out of the box, because basically you're right. If you're in a relationship, you should support. Remember I told you about the word provision. Mm-hmm. You have a vision on your life and she has one on hers. So you have to make provision to help each other. Vision provides for vision. So I get it.
You agree?
Yeah, I get it.
Hey, if Coach agrees with just saying that, you don't have nothing extra, I'm doing good.
But you know what? That means that you rocking some stuff. I'm
learning.
You're not just hearing me, you're
listening.
All right, there you go. So you got it, son. There you go. So I have to agree with you on that. Yeah.
I like that.
Okay.
Can we get Sir Gene to give us the next question?
The voice.
The voice.
All right, question number 2 we have is, do you think an athlete plays better when their partner is physically present to watch them play?
Whew. Now this one is a special request from
Demarjay.
Thank you, sir.
You really.
This In My Bag segment is very, very much hosted by me. This time.
So how do you feel when she comes to the game?
Mister, this is very important. And me mean it, my youth.
I understand.
And I started me need my soulmate to come watch me play. My youth, they give me some type of energy, some type of life, me rejuvenate. we probably can go out there and score 70. I don't know. I don't know what it holds, but I know magic will happen wherever I'm at. Now, not saying it's vice versa, because it's definitely vice versa. Now, I feel like sometimes if your partner is doing something and they see that one special person that means something to them, that face, that you're there to support them, it always, lights up some type of energy, some type of fuel to their fire to go out there and even if they were gonna play and have a good game, now they're gonna have an amazing game, astonishing game. So I feel like that's very important. And sometimes even if your partner does not show up to a game, could be heartbreaking. But I mean, it happens.
That means you don't play.
No, it means you play. It means it goes two ways. It goes, they come to your game, you have an amazing game, or they don't come to your game, and because they didn't come to your game, you put on an amazing performance.
All right. So
Here we go, guys. I'm waiting.
I would never want to base my performance
On somebody coming to the game.
on who comes to the game. My father, and of course my mother, never got a chance to see me play. My father never came to a game. And every time I would go to his job, he would have articles of me from the newspaper, where I'd scored a lot of points or whatever. He also had articles when I coached. He never came to a game when I coached. So those things never really motivated me to play any different, because he was there, and my wife in the stands and so forth like that. I think that, and I think you probably separate that as well,
Which is true, and I don't mean to cut you off, but I honestly understand what you're saying. Yeah. But
you're passionate about this,
right? But like what you don't come with the passion.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, like you like to say, there's different generations.
I understand. So my job, so behaviors are behaviors. So as a coach, if I'm coaching you and I see that your girl ain't in the stands and you're not performing correctly, what am I going to do?
Say it again. So I was thinking about if I was in that situation right now.
Right. If I saw that your girl is not in the stands and you playing, and basically you're not playing up to your full potential, then when I see her in the stands,
you're gonna say you only play good when your girl's here.
And what am I going to do about that?
I know you're gonna be very upset though.
Very upset. More than likely, me.
Oh, I know what you're gonna do.
What?
You're gonna bench him?
No. I'll probably make sure his girl is in the stand so we can win this game. That's what. I'm serious.
That's a coach right there.
I'm like, yo, girl, where you at? What are you doing, man? We trying to win this game, man.
Every time we have a game, you see me in the school day, you bet, hey, your girl coming to the game today? Yeah. I don't know, I couldn't get a hold of her. So, don't worry, I got you. Oh, she's coming today.
But understand is when you play, that is new for me because I didn't even have girls around my guys.
Right.
My guys wouldn't even let me know they had girlfriends.
Oh, wow.
So
and you consider them guys?
Yes, they did, because they knew I didn't play. See, my thing is, I don't need you to perform just because somebody's in the stands.
Coach, which is true. Yeah. And you know.
I need you to perform.
I'm not saying I
You know why I need you to perform? I need you to perform because that video that they showed us, when you was running that
cameras are always
5 miles.
People are always watching.
Okay, that's where I would remind you that why you was out there 5 a.m. in the morning running that many miles, because you are a champ, and basically you being a champ, it ain't got nothing to do with the other person. Now, certainly you would love it, but that's my job as a coach. My job as a coach to let you know that, hey, I'm talking about you, the person, whoever the person you're talking about, would love it. But my job as a coach was to make sure that you are on top of your game all the time. Okay? This guy.
You know we can see you blocking your face, right, Demarjay? You know we can see that.
Say it again?
You know we can see you blocking your face. You know that we can definitely see that.
Oh, you can see me putting the paper up?
Yeah, definitely. That's,
Oh, no.
Yeah.
Of course. I just, I needed to share something with him. I thought he was going off somewhere I didn't want him to touch.
Oh.
But, Coach got me.
No, I stayed there, So, you know what? It's so funny because look, man, again, we're going to go back to this with our producer and everything.
Talk to me.
And I see you doing this, but the thing about it.
Oh, I can't have my feet up, right?
No, that is a no.
Yeah, you should probably put your there you go.
I think this is the opportunity. The closer that people get to know who you are.
No.
So-
I understand you, Coach. Definitely, it gets to show a different side of me,
It shows a different side of you.
which is true.
You know-
But because I hope you don't think there's got to be somebody there that determines your performance. Which is not true.
No, I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about just like
Right, and I'm not. I know you're not. I'm agreeing to what you're saying,
Right.
because if that drive is there, if that passion is there, then it's there. It's in you.
It's there.
But it's either now. This is where I bring in that partner. It's whether or not that partner wants to join you in your success, and it makes you feel triple times good about yourself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That somebody's there supporting you, and understands the commitment that you're making to training. And they know they can't take that away from you, they join you. I wanna help. I wanna do what you're doing.
So
Seeing that face wake up at 5 o'clock in the morning with you. Oh yes.
okay. So what you have to also understand is everybody is responsible for their own happiness.
Mm-hmm.
You want joy and peace, but your happiness you're responsible for.
Right.
So you have to determine that. So sometimes, and this is part of my relationship thing, is I'm like, look, if I pick up flowers for my wife, and I take them home, the minute I pick those flowers up, I've already satisfied my happiness. I've already satisfied my happiness.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? So it's important that you understand that. So what happens if she takes the flowers and she doesn't really care for flowers? What if she doesn't care for flowers? But you picked them up and brought them, So it's important for you to understand that so you could be more stable as you grow older.
Right.
Or younger people that's going over, we have a tendency of relying on other people for our happiness.
Which is true.
You have to be careful about that, because now you're taking it out of your own hand, And by the way, if that girl didn't show up, my love for the game of basketball
It's never changing.
and the love for winning is that's that one time that I'm stepping away from everything else, including her,
Right.
And just focus on that point on the court, what I got to do. And now if she shows up afterwards, that's fine. If she doesn't, she does or not, So I really want any young people to get caught up into a girl coming to the game or anybody.
Right.
This is your time to get away from that and step on the court and say, yo, this is my time. This is what I love. This is what bring me happiness and joy. I'm going to perform to the best of my ability no matter what.
Right.
So hopefully she shows and enjoy the performance that you put on. Now you may see her in the stands and smile at her and say, wow, there go my lady there.
Yeah.
But then she also gonna make you mess up, because you're trying to do too much now.
I don't think I ever messed up.
So we're not talking about you. You're talking about something else.
We making an example, right?
Oh, okay. You never said that there. See? All right. So these are two good questions.
Yeah, read it, because my paper had vanished.
So your fan question, I like. All right. What is this? Bilmel R. Whatever, I'm sorry if I messed up your name. Demarjay, I really enjoy the podcast. I would like to know what made you and Coach want to start a podcast together?
Oh my God, I gotta be one of my favorite fan questions.
That is a great question.
Now, I'm just gonna keep it simple and short. Okay? What happens when you take two people, different age groups, with the same type of goal, inspiring people, motivating, giving people answers to the questions that, you know, they need to be they want to answer to, and you know, is there to spread the light. What happens? You create a podcast with those two people who are living out their true goals. First off, I want to say it's an honor for me to be sitting here with Coach. You guys don't know Coach. You guys haven't been able to sit up here with him. Maybe you guys, some of the viewers definitely know Coach, and they know how of an amazing person he is. This guy right here, an amazing person. So it's more of an honor, a true blessing that I have to be able to host a podcast with him. First off, you guys are getting answers that I didn't even know about either. I'm learning as well, even being a host. So the reason why we wanted to do this was, it was our duty. You understand? Of giving back to you guys. Of helping, inspiring, motivating, uplifting, encouraging, all of that, sharing the positive light, sharing who we truly are, putting us in front of a camera and letting our actions display who we really are, how genuine of a person that we are, and how we really want to see you guys out there shine, the future, the kids who are going through struggles, who are going through battles, who need somebody to give them some type of energy, some type of life, some type of wisdom to let them know that, listen, if you're in a battle, you're not by yourself. If you need answers, Coach Gustus and I are here to answer them, to show you support. If you need attention, we are here to give you that attention, to show you that you are not alone, you're not by yourself. And this is what happens when you pair up two legendary individuals. Not saying I'm a legend, but if I'm including myself with a legend, I must become a little legend.
You are a little.
Appreciate it, Coach.
Yes.
A little legend.
Yeah.
I like that
You
name.
are. Yeah, I like that.
And that's what it is. That's what the true definition of positivity looks like. So the focus is not on me. The focus is on Coach Gustus. The focus is on Coach Gustus. But it's truly a blessing and an honor to even have the opportunity to start a podcast with Coach Gustus, my coach, my mentor, somebody I look up to, somebody who gives me great advice, that when I know I'm with them, I'm safe. And just let alone can help you grow in so many phenomenal ways, give me answers to questions that I need. I'm truly blessed. So this was the true definition of starting, the true reason why we started this podcast. And, you know, I can't leave out my producers. My producers was definitely involved in starting this podcast as well. You know, everything they do. You guys may not see it because they're behind the scenes. They choose to be behind the scenes, but they're definitely a big role as well into starting this podcast. My family, basically documenting different things about me. And we just all are in tune. And but this wouldn't be possible without the vision and the thought that Coach Gustus had.
And let me tell you, I love the way you address that and so forth. But one of the things that I'm sick and tired of is people downing our young people. I have a real burning desire inside me to say, why? Why do we speak badly about generations after us that's coming up? And this is an opportunity for me to share with my generation that look at this young man here. Look what he's doing. He has aspirations. He inspired other people. He's concerned. He's humble. He could do all of those things. And yet and still, the minute we open our mouths, we say something negative about the kids, not understanding that the fruit doesn't fall too far from the tree. How are you going to talk about the fruit when it comes from the tree in which we're the one who's putting it out there? And I think it's so important for, and let me just handle this, because my generation watched this as well, not just your generation.
Right.
And we are missing a lot, the gem of our young people, all the things that they're capable of bringing into the fold. And just as I learn from you, as I teach, I learn. As I learn, I teach. So therefore, I'm learning from you. I pick up things from you. I get better understanding of things. We bring things to its right perspective. And just because you have an energetic young man that's sitting in front of us that got dreams and hopes and desires, and then we just gonna tear them apart with the news media, tear them apart with all the different types of recording in the industry that these young people are doing, everything about them. We just find ways to really downgrade. And I hate to see that. One guy told me, he said, there's a difference between an OG and an old head. Old head talks about their time. Their time was the best time. Their time did this. We did nothing. But let me tell you something. We did a lot of stuff was bad. Like the kids say today, was mad crazy. A lot of stuff that we did, we can't lie in the face of our young people like we had a perfect world. We did not have a perfect world. We drugs and crack and dope and alcohol, all of those things, the parties, sex with all kinds of stuff. So why would we try to say that our young people? So here's a young man that is coming on this show and he's spilling his heart out for his generation and he want answers. So I want to make sure that we give answers here. And you know what? I want my older people, my generation and the generation before me, to begin to take a look. Look at the talent that we have in front of us.
I'm truly blessed that we're actually receiving answers from you, Coach.
Yeah.
But I just want to address this before I end off this episode. You would think, with the position that I have of at least being a leader and speaking down to my community and giving them some type of advice, that there would be some type of hope and some type of support. I won't sugarcoat it. There's not. There's no support at all. You don't get it from your the people around you or the people in your age. You don't get it. It's not coming from them. You understand? That's where the most hate comes from. You would think these adults who sit on their couch and do nothing all day and see some young kid doing things that they can't do will be on the internet immediately bashing. Yeah, you have quite a few of them. You have most of them. But you have the kids. Those are the people that their mind is already corrupt at a young age. And it's truly devastating to see that they can't see one of their own accomplishing something and say, hold on, how did he get in that predicament? Maybe he's doing something positive. I want to follow his footsteps. Maybe I end up there one day. No, it's, he thinks he's better than everybody. He thinks he got this. He thinks he's this. And that's the problem.
But let me say, that's that problem. But on behalf of my generation,
right,
I want to personally apologize to your generation and the generation that follow us. Because that level of thinking, that negative thoughts in their mindset, that came from somewhere. Kids don't just grow up. You grow up as a little baby like this here. See, it's like this here. Let me give you a demonstration. I want everyone to take a look at this. You know, when you come out, you're like this. You're nice and clean, and nothing is, you don't have no kind of negative stuff going on you. But what happened is we start doing this. With the words we speak to our kids, we crush them. Hold on a second, because I want you to understand this here.
I'm five.
We crushed them. You know, we crushed them. We crushed them. And then as they get older, every time you speak negative against our kids, you're crushing them. Every time you say they can't do something, you're crushing them. Every time that you do something, cursing them out, calling them names, telling you their father and mother ain't no good or whatever, you crush them. And guess what happens? When you open this back up, this crushed piece of paper, you know how much time it takes? Look at it. These are all the words that you spoke to our young people. So you're trying to get it back to its original form, the purity. Look how hard it's going to do. See? So it's very difficult. See, So those haters and the people that it's not, they have. This is why it's important for you to do this show, son, because in them, I apologize, but it's up to you when you say to them, no, self-talk, be strong in your talk. When you say to them, hey, look, we can do this. We will win. You're letting your generation, and every time you do that, you ain't gonna get it all the way. But look what's happening to this paper, because you got all of these words and negative thoughts, and you're just trying to help do your part, stretch it out. But guess what? Hurt people hurt. So if I'm hurt, I'm hurting you.
Right. If you're hurt, you want to hurt somebody else.
That's right. That's why I said hurt people hurt. So we got a lot of hurt people. But you know what? When they see you and hear you, look, man, you got over 600,000 viewers, subscribers, right? Mm-hmm. On YouTube.
We're about to hit 700K.
And 700K. So 700K is a lot of folks for a young man to be getting to.
Right.
So somebody's listening to you. Even if they go there and they may be feeling a certain way, and they go and they write negative stuff down there, forgive them.
Right.
Like they say, forgive them, they know not what they do. You know what I'm saying? Because the bottom line is you're that guy, and it's going to come with you. Because hurt people hurt. They are hurt. That didn't come from you. They didn't come from you. You love yourself. Why? Who told you that you should love yourself?
Myself.
But who, before you got there, who told you that?
My parents.
Hello. Your dad, your mom. Yo, you could do this. Yo, you could do. That's why.
I was installed.
From the time you
was
was
installed in
little,
me since I came out the womb.
That's what I'm trying to tell you. So
this is just what we need. We need people like this, and this is the exact reason why this show is actually going on. For people out there, for you guys to see that this is real. This is real. This is our world. But I don't want to go into depth. I want to keep it very short and spicy. I want you guys to not hear, but listen to everything that we said. Right. So with that, do you mind if I borrow that?
Sure, you can.
Appreciate it, Coach, because I gotta end off the episode. Again, if you're watching this on YouTube, check the description under the video for the links to Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you get your podcasts from. And once and for all, do not forget to like and subscribe. And I gotta crumble it up because back out my face. We out.